This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you very much for joining us for another session of Handicapping 101, all about college basketball today. And note, tonight I release my 50-unit Ivy League Game of the Year. I'm looking for a blowout in this game, and I mean just that. To me, and the figures say, this very modest favorite that I'm releasing should win in blowout fashion, a mismatch. Tomorrow, my 100-unit Bracket Buster Game of the Year. And by the way, I kick off the Bracket Buster season tonight with a 25-unit play. Also, my Best Bets Club, which is 9-4 with its last 13 releases, going for a 10-unit play on the nationally televised Connecticut at Louisville game. Don't miss any of these games. I intend to get the money, and those of you who have been with me understand that I'm on quite a roll. Now, I thought today I would talk about or answer a few questions. I'm always asked, when you handicap basketball, well, what do you look for? Well, the first thing I look for is elementary. Which of these teams will win the game? Outright. Nothing to do with the spread. Which team wins outright? Occasionally, you'll find an underdog that you've already picked to win outright, so that, is a good starting point. Doesn't happen every day, but it happens. But here's what I do when I handicap. Let's say I look at a game and a team is a 13-point favorite over its opponent. And I say, well, I like the 13-point favorite. Then I ask myself a question. Well, they're a 13-point favorite. How much do you think that they'll win by? And if you only can say, 15 or 16, you're in big trouble. Because if you review basketball games night after night, you will find that in the majority of games, a single basket, a two-pointer or a three-pointer, one way or the other, would have made the winner the point spread loser and the loser the point spread winner. So when you pick a game, or when I pick a game, I don't want a team that's a 13-point favorite that I think will win by 15. I want a 13-point favorite that I think will win by 20 or 21 or whatever. So it's an eye-opening question. It may sound very elementary to you, but it's not. So when you handicap and you like a team, be it a favorite or an underdog, ask yourself and then study, what do I really think the final point spread margin will be? And if you don't think it's going to sufficiently cover that number with 5 or 6 points to spare, I leave those games alone. You can do what you want, but I'm not looking to win a 13-point win with a 13-point favorite by 15 points. Now, after that, what do I look for? I look for teams that are playing well. I want teams that are playing well. I look for teams that are in mismatch games, such as tonight's 50-unit Ivy League Game of the Year. I want a good team playing a terrible team, and especially if the good team is a very modest favorite. The bottom line is you've got to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the steps of handicapping, and I'd say the bottom line in handicapping is to be realistic and to assume absolutely nothing. Study, do your homework, but start with those two elements. Ask yourself, how much will this team actually win by? And secondly, is this game a literal mismatch? Thank you very much for tuning in. Be right back here tomorrow with another lesson in handicapping.